I usually bring 2 P basses and 2 jazz basses with flat wounds and round wound strings, and then I'll usually bring something esoteric that you don't often use, like a Hofner Beetle bass or an old K hollow body. And then I'll usually bring some kind of X factor instrument like a baritone guitar or a synthesizer that can be used for bass sounds too. And I'll usually bring any strange new thing that I've bought for my own little studio, like a stomp box that you might not normally use on bass guitar.
A Telecaster, a Stratocaster, some single coil Fenderish type of thing. Gibsons of sorts, a 335 like this, or Les Paul. Some of the odder ones that have a special quality about them would be a Gretsch or a Fender Jazzmaster, which nothing sounds like either of those. Sometimes a Rickenbacker 12-string. And usually I'll ask a client what they think the session might require. A baritone. Sometimes people, you hear that flavor as you're going. You go, this might work for this, and you try something out.
I will bring amplifiers. Usually I'll always bring a vintage Ampeg B15 with me for just about everything. And then if it's a larger sounding date, like a bigger sounding band or more volume, usually the producer or the artist will let you know, and I have a variety of speaker cabinets and amplifiers to choose from. The amplifiers are primarily Ampeg, and the speaker cabinets are various 2x10, 4x10, 6x10, 8x10, and I also have a 1x15 with an old EVM in it that I really like.
I usually bring 2 or 3 different amplifiers to give different flavors, like a Vox type of a sound, like an old Fender Tweed type of a sound. A blackface Fender sound is usually a standard safe one for about everything. Marshally type of a sound. Again, it's dependent on what the client thinks it might be, ballpark-like.
Their feel for music, their internal clock, their time, their ability to put themselves either ahead of the beat or behind the beat or right in the center of the beat. It's really not about your chops. It's more about your musicality, your feel and your groove, and your ability to come up with the right part in the moment for that particular song or instrumental cue.
An academic education, for the most part, most of them have that. So they can speak the language of music and they can get there quickly. An ability to adapt to whatever is current, or try to adapt to whatever they think might be current within certain genres that they're proficient at. R&B, rock, country. A studio musician can cover a gamut of styles within what they do. And usually they can cover about everything with feel and catch that feeling. And they all have their kind of bag of tricks that they can adapt and twist and mold into a lot of different styles.
And also showing up with the right tools for the job, keeping your instruments really well maintained, having the right instruments that sound right for that particular genre are really important.
It's a real key thing to make sure your equipment is happening, because that can bog down a session and put a real dark cloud over everything. If you have old strings or a crackly cable into your keyboard or your pedal or whatever, hums, buzzes, and it doesn't have to be expensive equipment, it just has to be dialed and in tune and functioning and not noisy, and be able to get a sound.
Positive mental attitude under all circumstances.
Have a real positive attitude, no matter what. No matter how crappy things are or how pissed off you might be, you can't show it. And have a real attitude of giving, of contributing, and be enthusiastic about whatever it is, and be able and willing to try anything that anybody suggests or throws at you.
Be really focused on what's good for the song. If it's suggested to you that you don't play until the bridge, don't come up with a part before the bridge. Follow the muse of the people that are running the session, the producer or the artist. However, if you have very strong convictions and you really think you could play something that would make the song better before the bridge, offer that as a suggestion.